Hello everybody, you'll have to excuse me if I'm sniffling or coughing a little bit. I'll try not to, I have been sort of sick lately. But nevertheless, we wanted to start really ramping up those videos. So Petey has been doing obviously a ton of videos if you've been checking out our channel, and now that I've got everything set back up again, I'm starting to feel better, and I got a little more time in life, I'm going to be doing some videos as well. I am going to be doing a new series of videos, just a little introduction here, on, I haven't decided they're going to be quick tips or itty-bitty tidbits. It's going to be it's called one or the other. Either way, it's going to be much the same thing. I've decided that it's better for tutorials if you just cover one small subject, try to keep it to just a few minutes to a video. That way you're not having to comb through this half an hour to hour-long video just to figure out what's going on. You just want to know how a certain machine is made or a certain configuration is set up. You just go in, couple minutes, boom, you're done. You've learned what you need to learn. And I thought this was an excellent way to do it, so this is what I'm going to be doing from this point on. However, this is going to be a little bit different. I just wanted to show off we have made a lot of work on the Hobbit hole lately, and we haven't showed any of this off yet. Now, Petey's going to be working on some sort of monstrosity in the distance. I don't even want to know how big that is. That's like just a small section there. You can't even really see it in the distance. It sort of goes beyond the loaded chunks. Oh, nevertheless, once that's a little more up, I'm sure we'll have something on that. Miss Snowstyle's also working on a garden over there. She's working on, she's got a little tree house, she's got the gardens, and she's even doing a little bistro. So that's going to be pretty nice. Alright, so let's enter the Hobbit hole. Now here's our entryway. I made the cake originally for Thermocraft research, but I guess someone's already taken a bite out of it. No worries, I've already used the thermometer on it, so it doesn't really matter. So here's our old workroom, our machine room. It still stores a lot of our current, IC2 machines and things like that. It's still got a panel in it that I've wired in afterwards. This used to be the room that held all of our applied energistics, like the ME network, but I've moved it out since. You'll see that in just a moment. And it's not really in here, although I now have the house properly wired that many of the rooms now have access to crafting terminals, just so you can craft at any point. Now here is our Mistcraft room. As you can see, we have a lot less good ages than bad ages. Bad ages, I've actually thrown out many of the bad ages. These are just ages that aren't so great. The ones that actually instantly killed you or had too many effects I've actually just completely thrown out, freed up some room, deleted a lot of their world files, etc., etc. The good ages all have one thing or another. Sort of for trees, there's a night one that I like to go. I go to that one for recharging my wand. It's really nice. Nether Desert, I don't remember where we kept that one. This one actually has all of the coolant for our reactor as like big oceans. It was one of the first ones I made. I was very happy that it turned out because it only had like 2 symbols in it, I think. Of course, there's all the workstations for the Mistcraft stuff. We have a couple of them set up. This one's our travel hub. We have set up for several locations throughout the world. This one is, this is where I was farming my Ender Minis. So as you can see, we've got a few different ones though. We're going to be doing a lot more as time goes on, because obviously Mistcraft certainly makes it easy to travel between places. Now, I did mention that I had moved our Applied Energistics ME network. What I didn't mention was that I had dramatically expanded upon it. Before, all we had was a controller. I think we had, an interface panel, and we had one of these memory storage drawers. I forget what it's called, with only a few of them in. Since then, I've dramatically expanded. I'm still working on the hard drives. I have a lot to do. It's a pain in the arse to make. I'm hoping that all the auto crafting that's going to be implemented here will help me make those. So that's what I'm working on. I've got all various terminals here that we need for it, and I think this room's starting to look pretty sweet. Yeah, it's for science. It's for science. And this one's Ray. He's doing some sort of armor room of some kind. I'm not sure. He's still prettying it up. He recently got sick, so he's taking a little time off from it. So he's just waiting for it. And as you can see, there's not much lighting in these rooms. I have the lighting panels here just for effect. Actually, between these rooms, there's an arcane lamp that's actually basically lighting everything up. Yeah, that's right. One lamp lights up both of these rooms. It looks like there's multiple light sources, but they're actually being spawned by the arcane lamp. You'll see several of these throughout the base. They're pretty handy, I'd say. So here are the bedrooms. My room and his room, they're both still pretty sparse. We don't have too much in them yet. I mean, they're just, you don't spend a lot of time on them. They're just beds. You sleep and try to make it night and a day. That's about it. So this is good for the top floor. Let's go down. That's right. You didn't know it was there, did you? As you can see, the wiring even goes down here. I've got a crafting terminal. I've got several terminals throughout this whole thing. So as you can see, the big main area here, this is just our survival food stuff. This was before Mr. Snowstyle joined the server. We needed something to eat and survive off of, as well as for breeding animals. So we just have the basics here, some carrots over there, mostly potatoes, barley, wheat, that type of thing. And then Ray is pretty much responsible for all of that, as well as this here. It looks like this is his animal area. We've got a pet deer in here. He's sort of hiding from us. Come out. Don't have any name tags yet. I guess I gotta do some fishing to get some name tags. But he's our pet, and it looks like an Enderman's actually left a grass block in here, so that's kind of funny. And so here is Ray's wildlife room, his livestock room, and he's got, the only thing he needs to do is he hasn't put any grass for the sheep, so when he sheared the sheep, of course, they did not grow anything in return, so we've only been able to shear them once, so he definitely needs to work on getting some grass over there. Alright, next, let's go over, this is another one of our older rooms. Sort of a catch-all room. It doesn't really have a specific theme to it. There's our Tinker's Construct stuff, the smeltery and all the benches and everything there. There's this is where the station where I was growing a lot of the crystals needed for applied energistics, the Fluix crystals and pure quartz crystals, Certus quartz crystals and things like that. This is also where our nether portal is. I don't need to go in there. You'll know how it is. So basic machinery, I was just pumping out certain liquids from the constructs. This is where our, I know it looks dungeon-fied here, but this is actually where our main mine shaft was before we got the quarries properly up and running. Now we've dotted the landscape with giant pits of nothingness. That is the quarries. It just does wonderful things. So now we're going to go down. Here is our Thaumcraft room. For those familiar with Thaumcraft, you know how much of a pain in the arse that this can be to set up. But nevertheless, it is set up. This is actually the second time it's been set up, as I sort of accidentally did bad things. I done goofed and sort of blew it up the first time by not having certain essentia, not getting it in time, and just bad things happened when I canceled it, and it sort of went. So as you can see, we have another crafting terminal here. I know there's a magical one that you can get for that acts much like the arcane workbench. I just haven't unlocked being able to do it yet. You'll also notice our essentia is on shelves, which is, it makes it a lot faster. Or sorry, not a lot faster. It makes it a lot more tidy, which I was pretty happy with. And the only downfall, of course, is like I am wearing my goggles. You can see I am, but you can't see the essentia in them, unfortunately. You can when you do it here. You can see times whatever. But so it's really important. I put the 6 main ones here, but after that, everything else is going to be alphabetized to find them easy. I could leave them all out. It does look impressive in a way, but it takes up a lot of room as well. And I'm going to be putting a lot more alembics and centrifuge and things along the walls that I'm going to want space for. So I didn't think I'd really want to leave all the jars out, because I actually originally did have all the jars out, and it took up so much room. It took up the majority of all of this space. So I kind of like just having them right there. Might add a few more shelves on the top, because I don't even think I'm halfway through yet. But yeah, all right. And here's some extra wands. It's a silverwood core with thaumium capped. That one was a pain to make. Well, this is about all we have for now, and I think we've looked at just about everything for the actual Hobbit hole. The only thing left is to show you how we power the sucker. If we go to the back, we'll see our little reactor plant here. Here we are, and it looks like I still have the reactor on. Actually, I was in the middle of charging it. We can turn that off. Everything's charged. We've got some redstone energy cells here. We've also got various MFSUs and other energy storage throughout the base and under the base. These were just, they were handy. I had made them for another purpose, but they're here now. And this is also where we keep our mass fabricator, since when we do run it and pump massive amounts of energy into it, it needs to be close to the reactor to make it most efficient. And when I say efficient, of course, I don't know if you've run a mass fabricator lately, but it takes forever. I've been running it for a long time now, and I only, as you can see, it's not very much, 4,955 millibuckets. So it's actually not very much there, and that's with pumping scrap into it as well. It's been taking me forever. So this looks like it's pretty much just about everything I can show you. There are more stuff for Miss Snow Styles and PDs, but we'll go after that with future videos. Probably they'll want to do their own videos for that. But thank you once again for joining. And there's PD. Wave. Bye, PD. Hey everybody, it's Qedhup with Scourge Gaming. Just to remind you, if you like what you see, subscribe to us. We got all sorts of videos for tutorials, tips, walkthroughs, playthroughs, you name it. And new videos are going to be coming out just constantly over the next year or so. We've got a bunch of people that are going to be casting with us and recording, and it's definitely worth it if you want to keep up with our videos. Anywho, have yourself a good one, eh?